Good morning, all and new friends of aNERDgallery and Sekar Kawung Foundation. How are you doing? I hope you're all well and safe. I'm Tony, the owner of aNERDgallery and the curator of Mancapat exhibition, an expression of life through the art of Batik Tenun Gedog. And when we say curator, I mean, I'm the project manager, I'm the creative director, I'm the cleaner, administrator, and yes, you guessed it, I'll be the host of our own show opening today. This morning, I'll introduce you a little bit about the exhibition itself. But first, I would like to express my biggest gratitude towards our co-organizer, our partner in crime, Yayasan Sekar Kawung, led by Chandra Prijosusilo, being such a great partner to discuss everything, including all tiny little details. And thank you for being such a great collaborator. And also thank the National Arts Council of Singapore, the embassy, also the people who are the artisans and the contemporary visual artists for their creative ideas and creative exploration. And now I would like to invite upon Chandra Prijosusilo, who is a great friend and the founder of Sekar Kawung Foundation and our Mancapat exhibition collaborator, to give her remarks.
Thank you, Mas Tony. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's such a good pleasure. It's such a great pleasure to be here to participate in the organizing and the opening and hopefully in the running of this Mancapat exhibition. Wonderful thanks to His Excellency Ambassador of Indonesia, Pak Suryo Pratomo, to Singapore. We are very humbled that you will be here opening this with us. When Mas Tony at first asked me to participate in the Mancapat, I was very enthusiastic with the idea because Tuban is very special in Indonesia's batik history. It's a small place with a very ancient tradition of batik, but an even older tradition of textiles. It goes way back to before the 8th century. They were already making textiles. And today, the people here still make textiles from cotton that they plant themselves, they weave themselves, and make batik on homegrown, hand-loomed batik. So from a climate change perspective, as an environmental enthusiast, this is really, really interesting because Tuban batik, you could say, is batik that has a zero carbon footprint because the cotton doesn't travel anywhere. The colors are produced locally and the material is created locally as well. So that's the side that we have been really most interested in, and it's very exciting to now get a view at the philosophical side of the batik as will be represented in this exhibition. So without more ado, I hope you all enjoy the exhibition. It's small and it's, of course, no one will be able to go there in big numbers because of COVID, but still I'm sure it will be very interesting to go and see, and we'll have a lot of knowledge in there. Thank you, Mas Tony. I hope it is a wonderful exhibition.
Yes, thank you, Mbak Kiki, for the opening remarks. And yes, definitely, we would love to be all in the same space together to work on this. But yes, we figure it out, and here we are today, opening the show today. And as Mbak Kiki has mentioned, thank you so much for His Excellency Suryo Pratomo, who is the Ambassador of Indonesia to Singapore, and his team from the Embassy, the Indonesian Embassy of Singapore, Indonesian Embassy in Singapore, for their tremendous support for the programming as well as logistical support as well. And I would like to invite Ali to help us to share some remarks from His Excellency Suryo Pratomo for today's opening event.
Okay.
My dear friend, Mas Tony Sugiarta, initiator of Mancapat and owner of aNERDgallery. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Very good day, everyone. Wish you all well and stay safe. Let me begin by thanking the Stamford Arts Centre for its support. A heartfelt welcome to you all at the Batik Tenun Gedog exhibition called Mancapat, with Mas Tony Sugiarta as the initiator. I'm glad to be here at the Stamford Arts Centre at the opening of quite lovely exhibition as the strong collaboration between the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Singapore with aNERDgallery and Sekar Kawung Foundation. It seemed a little ostentatious that I have been asked to give the opening word, but it also fills me with pride to have been asked. Thank you, Mas Tony, for the tremendous collaboration between the embassy and your side. Again, despite the restriction placed upon this year, we can finally exhibit this masterpiece in Singapore. I notice the exhibition has been divided into 4+1 sections, arranged in a circular manner to correspond to the cardinal wind direction and the philosophy of Mancapat, Javanese philosophy of circle of life. Indeed, Batik Tenun Gedog follow this circle as the guide, and this is what the exhibition is all about. Our friend here, Mas Tony, has a solid passion for art and culture, especially batik, as one of the most prominent Indonesian culture icons recognized by UNESCO as the World Traditional Heritage. This theme of this Mancapat exhibition, an expression of life to the art of Batik Tenun Gedog, showcase the ethnographical material and visual art installation by both Singaporean and Indonesian artists. This exhibition highlights the contemporary urgency surrounding Asian heritage art and tradition through textile art of Batik Tenun Gedog. I encourage you to take a moment around this exhibition. Look at it closely. You will deepen and strengthen your mindset of batik and its values. Thank you for your kind attention, and do come and enjoy this exhibition.
Yes, thank you, His Excellency Suryo Pratomo, for the Ambassador of Indonesia to Singapore, for gracing the exhibition and for the opening remarks for today's opening event. And this exhibition is to showcase the art of Batik Tenun Gedog from Tuban in East Java of Indonesia. And many of you ask, like, where is it and what is it known for? So we have prepared a short video to give you a glimpse of Tuban, its people, as well as its textiles. So right, thank you. Hopefully you got a glimpse of where Tuban is. Of course, we would all love to be there today. However, we will have a virtual tour of Tuban itself. So do join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. for a more detailed tour to Tuban, who is led by Mbak Kiki and Alia themselves. And yes, we will find out more about Tuban, its landscape, its people, its textiles, and you can ask them questions too of what to do in Tuban. So that's tomorrow at 3 p.m. But first, let's go back to the exhibition, which I shall now introduce a little bit about and to hopefully tease you to come to Stamford Arts Centre for the exhibition. So let me just share my screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen. All right. So yes, so this Mancapat exhibition is an exhibition by aNERDgallery and Sekar Kawung, and it's happening at Stamford Arts Centre in Singapore from today to the 12th of December. So what exactly is Mancapat? So Mancapat itself is the expression of life through which is the circularity of life as according to the Javanese philosophy of Sadulur Papat Kalimo Pancer. And Mancapat is actually referring to the hymns or the song that is talking about this circularity of life. So we are using this framework of from birth, coming of age, and then maturity, and then death and regeneration as kind of like a medium or the stories to tell about Batik Tenun Gedog itself, as well as about concepts and concerns about where is it actually, especially when we are talking about closing the loop in a circle, which is a concept that is pretty popular in modern times, especially when we are talking about sustainability, how we can close this loop in terms of preserving heritage, culture, biodiversity, indigenous knowledge amongst technology and modernity. And this circularity is actually seen in how the communities are being structured in Tuban itself, with each hamlets in different positions on their textiles. So I thought that it was interesting to use these ideas as well as the textiles, Batik Tenun Gedog itself, to explain the story of life, something that is very universal that everyone will definitely go through. So the exhibition itself started with this section, the beginning. So it all begins with a seed, where we have a display of the traditional textile making tools, from processing the seeds all the way to the cloth itself. So we have the spinning wheels, the backstrap loom, as well as the textiles, as well as yarns that is being produced. And one of the special produced from Tuban itself is the brown cotton itself, which is available on display as well. So and then we go through the trials and tribulations, the growing up years, as we are all going through our teenage years, there's a lot of different challenges that we go through. So similarly with Tuban's landscape as well. So we see through photographs, we are portraying all the different aspects of changes in Tuban itself, through the landscape of the cotton fields, and then the art of making it as well, and a little glimpse of the village of Tuban and how people work and live. And then after that, in the maturity section, we have a display of traditional textiles, and we are displaying Batik Tenun Gedog, which are hand-spun and hand-woven cotton decorated with batik textiles. With batik technique. So in general, Tuban textiles is divided into lurik, which are simple weaves, and then lurik kembangan, which are forming flower patterns resulted from supplementary weaving. And then we have batik tutul, which is woven cloth with grid lines that is being batik decorated with hot wax with dots arranged in a neat geometrical patterns, as well as Batik Tenun Gedog itself, which is a woven cloth decorated with batik with freehand drawing batik. There are more than 80 over textiles, but we selected kind of like a collection to just kind of like give a different feel of like the different textiles that are available. So we are unable to showcase them all, but hopefully we can give a little example of the different type of textiles. And finally, in the last part of coming back to a full circle, we invited 3 contemporary artists to respond to the idea of Mancapat philosophy itself, and to use materials from Tuban. So it kind of like combining their skills and ideas, incorporating different elements from the traditional textiles and how they gather inspiration from the one before them, which are the traditional textiles before them, and how they put a contemporary twist or a contemporary ideas into their work. So this is how the space looked like. And the participating artists for this event, we have Agatha Lee, Aggie, Marina Gosali from Indonesia, and Nur Iskandar in Singapore. First of all, because Marina couldn't be here with us personally today, let me just read her bio. So Marina Gosali is a self-taught stitching artist who has enduring love for batik and anything handcrafted with fine skills and elegance. I'll catch her later today in our Meet the Artist session happening at 5 p.m. Singapore time today. And we have Aggie, who is a Singapore-based textile artist specializing in embroidery. Aggie creates textile collages and 3D textures through free motion, machine embroidery, hand stitching, and marking. They are not only vibrant and dynamic, but captivate the viewers to reconnect them with nature and also their inner tortoise, which is to slow down and to appreciate everything around them. May I invite Aggie to just turn on camera and say a couple of words and say hi to the audience.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank Tony for inviting me to this exhibition. I saw it yesterday when we were setting up, and it looks amazing. So my piece that I contributed in response to Mancapat is called Invisible, where it highlights the artisans, the women who actually are part of the life cycle of the Tuban fabric. And I showcase the hands, which through the lines and the shapes which have been transformed over the years through the repetitive work involved in making the fabric. It basically shows the labor that has gone into the work, into the fabric that is made in the Tuban area. So I'll be talking more about it later on this afternoon, so I won't reveal too much. Thank you.
This work is behind me, and I'm sorry I covered it with my face. And faces and looking at deeper nuances of being, like losing, death, and forgetting. And Iskandar, if I can just invite you to turn on camera and yeah, say a couple of highs.
Hello, everyone. I don't know whether I should be speaking now because Tony is frozen, but thanks for having me as part of this exhibition. I think it's such a special, meaningful project because in spite of the pandemic, we are able to actually, come together both virtually and physically. Hopefully in due time, we'll meet all of us together. But for now, it feels very even fortunate for us to have that kind of crossing from Indonesia and Singapore. For this particular work, it's called Night is Fabric Made. Night is a textile made of light, aka kain lupa, luka, and dukkha. So like what Tony has mentioned, I'm very interested in the idea of forgetting and loss. So through this project, I'm talking about this idea of losing the maternal instinct of tradition. And for more details, come join us at 5 today. So I'll discuss all these themes even further. But just want to say thank you so much again for everyone who is involved in this. And I look forward to the conversations to be had later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Iskandar. Yes, as everyone has mentioned, that our first program today will be happening online later today at 5 p.m. The artists will be sharing more about their practices, their experiences when creating this exhibition. And yes, as Iskandar mentioned, we are in this time where we are unable to be physically present in the same space. So curating this exhibition is kind of like an exploration in the way we work, both the production team, the creative team, how we can work together despite of our distances and navigating that. So it's kind of like a very interesting experience for us. Yes. And let me just share my last screen here. The exhibition is happening physically at Stamford Arts Centre in Singapore, and that is at 155 Waterloo Street, project room 02-02. And we do have programs both virtually and in person, so you can join in the discussion and hopefully gain a deeper understanding about the exhibition itself. And the details are available on www.aNERDgallery.com/Mancapat next week on site on the 11th. And panel discussion on how we innovate Tuban textiles for contemporary wear or contemporary design. So yes, plenty of activities going on, and hopefully you check us out today. And with that, we are officially open, right? Just nice at 12 o'clock here in Singapore. We are opening up our doors soon for everyone to come in and join in the exhibition. And hopefully I don't miss anything. And yeah, come on down and see the Mancapat exhibition. And with that, I'm Tony from aNERDgallery signing off. See you soon virtually or in person at the exhibition. So thank you, everyone.